Mistakes often cause us to become M.A.D. mad. Unfortunately, becoming upset and making mistakes are part of being with your significant other. Charlie Simpson with the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center joins us now to help us manage getting mad. All right, so you use the acronym M.A.D. to explain the feelings after relationship mistakes. So tell us what that M stands for.
The M stands for manage emotions. And how difficult is that when you are in a conflict and you have to challenge yourself to manage the frustrations, manage the resentment, manage the anger in that moment. And what's important is that we do have to learn to soothe those emotions so that we can try to stay present as possible with our partner during that conflict. And what we do have to understand is that, you often hear couples say you have to pick your battles.
Yes.
And that is really important because there are certain conflicts that we know you cannot solve. You just have to learn to communicate through and find a way to walk away. And it is important that if we can manage those emotions, we can allow our brain to pick which battles we should really try to hang in there and get through and which ones we should leave alone.
All right, and you just mentioned communication. So for A, avoiding poor communication, right?
Avoid poor communication. Instead, you want effective communication. During those conflicts, one or two things will happen. You're going to communicate from a fight or flight mode, or you're going to communicate from a much more gentle place. And we know when you're in fight or flight mode, you're defensive, you're protecting yourself, you're really just on the attack. And what we want to do is make sure that we are trying to, once again, manage those emotions and be able to communicate from a much more gentle, oftentimes a vulnerable place, so that our partner can really connect to what's happening with us, and so we can walk away feeling heard.
Yeah, all right, so we have the D. What does the D stand for?
We got to develop rituals of connection. We have to keep the fun, the friendship in the relationship. Oftentimes after the honeymoon phase, you go right into doing life. And oftentimes I hear couples saying, we're living as roommates. Instead, what we have to do is try to develop small things that will help us stay connected as we travel through time together. Our objective is to be together 40, 50 plus years. I'm proud my parents are getting ready to celebrate 50 years.
Wow, congratulations.
It's fun being able to watch older couples travel through time and find pockets of happiness, find pockets of just date nights and just doing things to just stay connected. And our objective is to make sure that we have those small things, date nights, eating dinner together, waking up in the morning when we get ready to leave, just a hug or a kiss, small things that'll just keep that friendship alive as you travel through time together.
Good advice. Thanks so much for joining us today, Charlie.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to have the answer to today's Coffee Talk Trivia question coming up next.